Bit more about the tournament by SABC Sports soccer analyst Mzamasa Mgibisa. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. So, were you there at Sandton yesterday?
No, I was not. I was traveling from Cape Town from the game on Tuesday, so I could not make it.
All right, so I think let's start there with Bafana, seeing though you just came from there. There's been mixed reactions. Some people saying that they still support Bafana and they actually did really well. Others saying that they certainly aren't ready. They can't put, their balls at the back of the net and we need goals.
Look, I think it's okay for people to feel the way that they feel. They've invested so much emotion in our own national team. There's been so much disappointment. However, for me, I take a lot of positives from Tuesday. First of all, it's rare to see a South African national football team put together 6 to 8, 9, 10 passes at a sequence. It's very rare for a South African national football team to be able to dominate ball possession at 65 to 70% at a one goal. And South Africa were very superior on Tuesday. The only problem is that they could not convert those goals. One of the points that I made on Tuesday at halftime during the game was that Gordon Igesen would have made a big mistake to remove Katle Khompela. And I was proven right 8 minutes into the second half because Tukelo Ranti went in one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he could not convert. And the problem is that neither Tukelo Ranti nor Katle Khompela are the problem. They lack match fitness. So does, quite a few of the other guys. So when the tournament starts and their confidence starts to come back, you will see a lot more improvement from the South African national team.
But we've only got 9 days to go.
Well, they've got a friendly they're coming up this coming weekend. They're going to fine-tune themselves. And also, we need to be privy to one factor. There is no way Gordon Igesen was going to play the same team that's going to start against the Cape Verde on the 19th of January, because that would be reckless. Everybody's watching how he's going to prepare his team. He played a 4-5-1 on Tuesday, and I bet he's going to play two strikers against Cape Verde because he needs those goals. So he's going to go for a 4-4-2 formation. Tukelo Ranti probably with Bernard Parker will start, or Majoro with Bernard Parker, that Kaiser Chiefs combination. But I can promise you one thing, South Africa will do so well in this tournament. In fact, I believe we'll play in the final against Ghana.
You believe that we'll play in the final against Ghana. That's your prediction. Let's speak a little bit about some of those big names. With Ghana, Andre Ayew's not coming, but there are a host of massive names that are coming from the African continent. Didier Drogba looking at maybe his final tournament. Seydou Keita is coming for Mali. Emmanuel Adebayor has now availed himself for the Togo team. Let's chat a little bit about some of those big names that are going to be right here in South Africa.
Look, I think there's a perfect example that I'd like to make. Not the best teams necessarily win tournaments. Not the best teams, but the best prepared teams. I'll take you to 2004. Portugal, everybody's universal favorite at the Euro 2004 they were hosting. But came Greece out of nowhere, scored goals and won 1-0 in the final against the Portuguese host team. Same thing happened in the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations. Zambia coming out of nowhere. So for me, the likes of Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, they might have their reputations, but they might not necessarily be able to deliver. What should motivate teams like South Africa, teams even like Zambia to defend the tournament is to look back in 2012 and say, nobody expected the Zambian team. And René Havet, the French coach of Zambia, was able to put together this team. There are going to be nuance factors that are going to play factors. The likes of Didier Drogba have not been playing that regularly. Remember, the Chinese league closed last year sometime, so he's not had match fitness, even though Cote d'Ivoire is expected to be one of the leading forces. The likes of Seydou Keita, the captain of Mali, he plays for Dalia in China as well. So there's those kind of factors that are going to come into play here. Some of the teams that are expected to do so well might not necessarily do well because some of those players lack match fitness. And these are key factors. As for Ghana, I do expect Ghana, it's about time for them. I mean, they lost out last year as well, bitterly, in the knockout stages. I do expect them to be able to put together. Maybe the absence of Ayew, because maybe you might have thought is bigger than the team. If you're injured, come to the team, let the team doctors verify that, and then we take it from there. Maybe his absence could just be a blessing in disguise as well.
All right, let's speak about Zambia. Can Zambia actually defend their title successfully?
Look, they're in a very difficult group. You can't underestimate Nigeria, the importance of the presence of Nigeria at the same time. But judging by what I've seen from Zambia in the friendly matches that they've played and the kind of team that they possess, I think Zambia, it would be amiss for them not to make the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations. And there are many, many other factors that are playing for the likes of South Africa, Zambia. The last time the tournament was played in the Sabc region in 1996, the two Southern African teams, Zambia and South Africa, were actually in the semi-finals. And Zambia obviously lost to Tunisia 4-0. South Africa beat Ghana 3-0 in those semi-finals. So I think that there are certain factors that are going to come into play. South Africa, Zambia, I'm very positive about them. I expect Nigeria, but there's a factor we must not forget. the likes of the North African teams from the Arabic nations, Tunisia, Algeria, who will be coming into this tournament, Morocco, and South Africa's group. Those kind of teams, the conditions in South Africa might also just be suitable to their kind of football as well.
All right, let's speak a little bit about these teams that you've touched on that seem to be perennial underachievers. Ivory Coast haven't been able to just go the full mile. Ghana haven't been able to go the full mile, although you pin Ghana as finalists this time around.
Again, it comes back to the issue that as much as we all recognize that Cote d'Ivoire is the best team in African football, I mean, man for man, you look at those players, the Didier Zokoras, who are probably going to be playing their final tournament, Yaya Toure, 2 times African Footballer of the Year, Didier Drogba, former African Footballer of the Year, all those players, when you put them together, put that squad, that Cote d'Ivoire squad together, you're looking at a team that is immense in power, in focus as well. However, as I stated earlier, not the best teams always win tournaments. I mean, there have been tournaments that we expected in 2006 FIFA World Cup. Everybody thought Brazil was going to do it. Everybody thought Brazil was going to work it. How many times have Germany gone into tournaments in the European Championships with expectations? The likes of Mikhail Ballack have even retired internationally without them having access to gold medals. So tournament football is a different factors. It's what you do in that intensity of that 4 weeks. And that is why I think, even though they might possess the likes of, I mean, you look at the Nigerias of this world, John Obi Mikel, Victor Moses from Chelsea, those are top players, top players. And South Africa might not possess that kind of players, but it's what you do as a team in that as a space of tournament. And what I've seen in that South African team in terms of what they've been there's a lot of motivation in that South African team, as well as you could expect from the likes of Zambia.
Yeah, that's exactly why Gordon Eggerson has this massive focus on getting the entire nation behind Bafana, because he is that chief motivator. He wants to see his team motivated, because a winning team is a motivated and a happy team. And Nzimande, thank you very much for chatting to us. I'm sure we'll chat to you throughout the duration of the tournament. So that's how we come to the end of yours.